It's Token Empire, guys, and today we'll be talking about the 1024 exchange ecosystem and AgentX. So stay tuned in the video. And hello guys, and welcome back to this channel, guys. So today I'm going to show you something called AgentX, which is built inside the 1024 exchange ecosystem. So guys, before the video starts, I just want to tell you that I'm not your financial advisor and that you should make your own decisions before investing into a project. And you can already see the platform here on 1024x.com/predictions. So AgentX is a L4 level intelligence trading agent created by the Silicon Valley AI engineers. But this is not just another trading bot, and it's not just an automated tool that places orders for you. AgentX is more like a 24/7 AI trading brain that helps you go through the entire trading process, from understanding the market, finding opportunities, analyzing strategies, managing risk, and even executing trades on chain. The main idea is simple. Instead of you needing to be a professional trader, AgentX gives you everyday users access to almost the same level of decision-making power as trading team. You don't need coding skills, you don't need to build strategies, and you don't even need to constantly watch the charts. You just tell AgentX what you want in natural language and it handles the rest. Now I'm going to go through AgentX step by step and show you how actually it works in real usage. And of course, I'll focus completely on how it helps in trading decisions, analysis, and execution. So first of all, we need to go and understand the market. First thing AgentX does is market understanding. So it can analyze current market trends, asset price movements, news and macro events, market sentiment, potential upcoming opportunities. So instead of manually checking charts all day, you can just ask AgentX what's happening in the market right now. So you can just go and type that in here in the chat. So basically, when you have the chat, you can go and type it like this. So just go and type it. Of course, remove these. And then, of course, he will go and give you a right away answer now. And it will summarize the situation in a structured trading focused way. This is useful because it removes the noises and gives you a clear overview in seconds. Now, here you can go and check out everything that he gave you. You can scroll down, check everything out here. Now, next is one of the most powerful parts, opportunity discovery. AgentX can scan across spot markets, the perpetual futures, and prediction markets, event-based opportunities, macro-driven setup. It doesn't just show random assets, it ties to identify possible trading directions based on real conditions. So instead of you searching manually, it brings opportunities to you. Also, we have strategy analysis. Now let's say you'll already have an idea. For example, you think Bitcoin will go up short term. You can give that idea to AgentX. So basically you can just go and type it like it is, but you can of course go and type it however you want. So you think like this, and he will then of course make a summarization also. So it will then break down your trading logic, evaluate whether your idea makes sense, build an executable strategy, suggest improvements or optimizations. This is basically like having an analysis reviewing your trade idea before you executing it. We also have risk assessment. This part is very important. AgentX also evaluates risk factors, including potential losses, market volatility, liquidity conditions, execution costs, possible failures to scenarios. So instead of blindly entering trades, you get a clear picture of what could go wrong. This helps reduce emotional trading and impulsive decisions. We have trading recommendations. So based on everything in the analysis, AgentX can also guide you on when to enter a trade, when to wait, when to exit. It doesn't just give you signals, it explains why a decision makes sense. It doesn't just give you signals, of course, so you're not just following instructions, you're actually understanding the reasoning behind them. We have the on-chain execution. So one of the most advanced features is the on-chain execution. After your approval, AgentX can execute trades directly on-chain through 1024 exchange, follow the strategy in built, and handle execution automatically. This turns it from an assistant into a real execution system. But importantly, it still requires user authorization before doing anything. We have continuous monitoring 24/7. So another strong feature is continuous monitoring. Once a strategy is active, AgentX can monitor the market 24/7, track conditions in real time, send alerts via Telegram or Discord, update when conditions change. So even if you're not online, the systems keep working. Now guys, let's actually use AgentX and see how it works in practice. So The first thing I'm going to do is open AgentX section from the navigation menu. So in the top side here of the screen, we have AgentX, as you can see, and you can go and click on there. Now, once inside, I can either connect my wallet or continue as a guest depending on available options. I'm here connected with my wallet, and after entering AgentX dashboard, I click on Create Strategy. In the top right corner, we have the Create Strategy button. Now, this is where things become interesting. Instead of manually configuring dozens of parameters, I can simply describe what I want in natural language. For example, let's say something like this. So I'm going to put in a prompt that you can, of course, go and get in. And now you can go and copy it also. So ETH has been highly valued recently. I want a lower risk trading strategy focused on range trading. Please analyze the market and provide a suitable plan. I can simply enter that request into AgentX and type in enter, or of course click on here, and he will then start doing his magic, as you can see here. So what's impressive here is that AgentX immediately starts analyzing the request rather than requiring technical setup. The system begins evaluating market conditions, volatility, potential opportunities, and possible risks. This is one of the biggest advantages because many trading tools require extensive configuration before producing useful results. And here the process feels much intuitive. Now let's look at the strategy again generated by AgentX. So you can see here it is doing now the magic and everything. So the AI doesn't just provide a simple recommendation, it breaks down the reasoning behind the strategy. It explains the market condition it considers, identifies potential entry opportunities and highly possible risks. I also like that the strategy isn't presented as a black box. The system explains why it reached these conclusions. That makes it easier for users to understand the logic behind the recommendations. Now you can try another example. So this time we can ask a question like, we can ask something like this. Now here we go. So find a trading opportunity based on the current market momentum and identify a suitable entry and exit plan. Now this can be the next one that we can of course do, but now firstly we have everything finished here, as you can see, which is pretty amazing. Now I can click on this one and he's gonna go and start working. As you can see, AgentX is working, and again it analyzes the request and produces a structured response. What's interesting is that every strategy can be adjusted and redefined. If I want lower risk, I can say lower risk. If I want more aggressive opportunities, I can ask for that as well. The interaction feels very natural because it works like a conversation instead of a complicated trading interface. And we can, of course, after that, try more examples and more. So this time I can ask AgentX to assess risk before entering a position. The system, of course, reviews possible downside scenarios, market volatility, liquidity conditions, and other factors that could affect performance. This is valuable because risk management is often one of the most difficult parts of trading. Rather than focusing only on potential profit, AgentX also highlights what could go wrong. After reviewing the strategy and analysis, users can decide whether they want to proceed. If they choose to move forward, AgentX can assist with an execution throughout the platform after authorization. Overall, the workflow feels straightforward. Describe your idea, receive market analysis, review opportunities, understand risk, refine the strategy, and then decide whether to execute. That's the part that makes AgentX one of the stand out, of course, because it combines analysis, strategy generation, and execution support inside a single workflow. Now guys, one thing that I actually like here is that AgentX does not feel overly complicated. A lot of AI trading tools try to look extremely technical and end up being confusing for normal users, which is the biggest number of people using it. But here the experience feels more natural because you interact with almost like you're talking to an assistant instead of operating a complicated trading terminal. That makes a big difference, especially for newer users. So one thing I noticed immediately is how easy it is to communicate with AgentX. You can literally explain your thoughts in a simple language. So for example, if you want to go and you can say to him something like, I want lower risk trades. So you can go to him, click on ask him, click here and click him like this. And now he will of course put and tell you some of the lower risk trades. You can also go and ask him, find opportunities with stronger momentum, look for short-term setup, analyze current market sentiment. You can do all of those. And instead of needing coding knowledge or complicated settings, the AI understands intention behind the request. That's honestly one of the strongest parts of the system, because traditional quantitative trading system usually required a lot of technical setup, and here it feels much more accessible. Also, we have the AI decision-making process. So another interesting part is how AgentX approaches decision making. Well, it doesn't just randomly suggest trades, it actually goes through multiple layers: market analysis, opportunity scanning, risk evaluation, strategy validation, execution planning. So it feels more structured and intelligent compared to basic trading bots. And because of that, the recommendations feel more throughout instead of just automated reactions. Something else worth mentioning is the real time awareness. The crypto market changes constantly, sometimes conditions completely change within a minute, and this is where having an AI system continuously monitoring the market becomes useful, because most people realistically can't sit in front of charts all day. AgentX analyzes even when you're offline, so instead of manually checking every market movement yourself, the system keeps tracking conditions in the background. We have the speed and efficiency. So another advantage is the speed, of course. Usually trades spend a lot of time. So traders do that through, of course, for researching, comparing charts, checking sentiments, reading news, planning entries, and exits. But AgentX compresses a lot of that process into a much faster workflow. Instead of spending hours analyzing manually, you can reach decisions how much faster with AI assistance, especially during violent market conditions. Speed matters a lot. Now, what's also interesting is that AgentX isn't static. So strategies can evolve depending on market conditions. So if volatility changes for momentum weakness, the AI can adapt its analysis instead of staying locked into one fixed idea. That makes it feel more dynamic compared to traditional automated systems. Also, we have the user experience impression. So for a user experience perspective, the platform feels designed for both experienced traders and normal users. Advanced users can probably go deeper into strategies and execution, but beginners can still use it because of the AI simplifies the process significantly. And I think this balance is important because many trading platforms are either too simple and limited or too advanced and difficult. This feels somewhere in the middle, which is pretty good. Also, I also like the notification aspect. So since AgentX can monitor strategies 24/7, getting updates through Telegram or Discord is very useful, especially if you're away from your computer. Instead of constantly checking the market yourself, the system can notify you when important conditions appear. That creates a much more passive monitoring experience. So the final, of course, impressions here. Overall, after going through the features more deeply, Agent X feels like a simple bot and more like a full AI trading infrastructure. It combines analysis, monitoring, execution, strategy building, and risk management instead of one system. And I think instead, of course, the one system. And I think the biggest value is automation combined with intelligence, not just automation alone, because automation without analysis can still lead to bad decisions. But here, the AI is designed to actually understand market conditions before acting. And that's what makes a system stand out more compared to standard trading tools. And guys, that will be basically everything for this video. I hope that you found this video informative and entertaining, guys. If you did, of course, don't forget to like this video, share it, subscribe to the channel, and put the notifications on. Go to 1024 exchange.com/predictions. Go to the Agent X to, of course, check out everything by yourself. And I'll be seeing you in the next video. Until then, as always, bye, guys.